This next product you're talking about, this is I saw this earlier in the week when I came and visited your website.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever came up with this is right now sitting on a beach in Aruba drinking a drink with a little umbrella in it because this is sheer genius. And it takes a concept that has worried me, just as a gun owner that I don't carry every gun that I own. I've often wondered what it's going to be like if I ever come home and the house has been broken into. This guy, these guys are, this is true. At the article, it says awesomeness. This is exactly what this is. You go ahead.
Right. Well, this was something that I came across. There was a website called Tactical Fanboy. It's actually a like a stepsister to Soldier Systems Daily, but they had a great article, and it was just a very short little, hey, check this out, and I thought, oh, I'll check it out. So I went to the website. It's called TacticalWalls.com, and I was very impressed with what I saw. And basically, it's the idea is it's a storage insert that you put in the wall. And I know people for years have been cutting holes in their wall and then throwing up a piece of drywall or putting a mirror or something there. But the idea with this is instead of just having an open hole, now you have an insert that you can put inside of the hole that you cut out, basically. But it's designed to go in between your studs of your wall. So if you have a 16-inch stud spacing, you cut open the hole in between the studs, and then you put your this container in there and mount it to the studs, and it flush mounts, makes it look really nice. It's made of black ABS plastic that are made here in the U.S., but it's got they make two different models. They make a what they call the 1410, which is 14 inches by 10 inches, and that's that's the usable storage space on the inside. They're actually 16 inches wide. But then they also make a 1440, and that's usable storage space of 14 inches by 40 inches. And they look to be somewhere between around 8 inches deep or 6 to 8 inches deep, something like that. But, basically the 40-inch one, that's big enough you can put, some shotguns, some, most ARs, unless you've got an extremely long-barreled AR. There's a lot of different things you can store in there. But and this is obviously, one of the things I mentioned in the article is this is not like a safe, like you're trying to lock them up and keep them out of reach. The biggest thing is to make sure you understand your home situation. If you got a bunch of kids running around, you don't want to have something 3 feet off the ground that's going to be storing guns and ammo. But the idea was, like for myself, I have guns that, I carry on a daily basis. But when I come home, I don't want to set a pistol out on my counter. I always try to figure out where do I want to put it when I'm done carrying it for the day. It's not the most comfortable thing to carry all day, or after you get home.
Right.
But, I know pretty much every gun owner that I know is in the same situation. They always think in their head, like, how do I put my gun out of reach or out of visibility, but still have it available to me if I need it? If I put it in a safe in the basement, locked up, if I put it in the basement, it's locked up, I can't get to it, and it's fast enough. By the time I run downstairs and get to it, it may be too late, So this idea is basically the 14 by 40 is perfect for mounting behind, like, say, a mirror. Let's say you have a tall body length mirror. You could put that on a wall, and nobody would ever question, there's a mirror on your wall. Why is that there,
Or a picture.
A big picture. Even especially the 1410 model, which is the smaller one, would work perfect behind any kind of picture, bulletin board. It could be just any, like a little sticky board, something that's there that only that there's something back there. And it could be, you could just keep a handgun and some mags in there. But if you wanted to, especially the smaller ones, you could keep them high enough they'd be out of reach of any kind of, kids running around and stuff like that. I know I talked to the owner of this. This is only I think they've been in business 34 days. So this is very, very new, very new. And they were so excited that They haven't had to advertise it all yet. You know, a couple of websites have helped them get the word out, and they were just like, this is so new. They're like kind of freaking out because everybody's talking about it, you know. But I think this is a great product, and you know, there are a few people that are like, oh, this isn't good for, you know, what does it help you in a fire or whatever? Well, it's the same as if you had just your little, you know, nylon gun case that you've got your AR stuffed into under your bed. It doesn't help you in a fire. It doesn't help you keep it away from anybody. This is just more to keep it where only you know where it is, you know. So I thought it was an absolutely awesome idea. I mean, these things are big enough. You can put, you know, especially the bigger one, you can put an AR, multiple handguns, you know, ammo, knives, whatever you want in there. I think it's just a great idea. And I don't know. To me, it struck just like this little, like this is a fantastic idea, you know. So
the thing about it cool. is they package these like they have something called the Deluxe Home Bundle. Mm-hmm. And you get two 1440s, which are the long ones that a rifle or a shotgun would fit into, and 4 of the 1410s, which are they sort of remind me of a sideways medicine cabinet. And you can literally put one of these in just about any room. I mean, that would cover 6 rooms. Right,
exactly.
And it's essentially them almost being hidden in plain sight.
Exactly.
So they're not designed to keep them safe, but, you know, some of these gun safes, like the Deluxe Home Bundle is $330. You can't buy a gun safe for $330. It's going to both keep the guns safe from a fire that a bunch of thieves can't pick up and just, you know, pick up the safe and run off with it.
Exactly. Well, and one of the guys mentioned, oh, well, what is it? Doesn't do anything for humidity. Well, again, unless you're spending thousands of dollars on a humidity-controlled gun safe, there's a gun safe, you know. You could put some of those little silica things in there if you want to help out with humidity. And there's things you can do for it. But, yeah, I've been all week I was thinking about, man, where can I put one of these? All the different places. And I was thinking, like, you could put a nice picture above your headboard of your bed. There's so many places. Like every night when I go to bed, I get my handgun out. I put it on my nightstand next to my bed. And I don't know that I would change that, but, you know, there's always, it's always where do I put it when I don't have it out when I'm sleeping, you know? So it's just kind of one of those, I don't know. It's an interesting concept. There's so many things you could do with it. And I think these guys, like you said, I think they're sitting on, you know, the next, it's a gold mine. I think they're going to sell a ton of these, and not that they're there to just make a ton of money. I think it's just a great idea, and I think a lot of people are going to buy them. But that's at TacticalWalls.com, and I thought that was something that was just really cool. And the cool thing is, one of the owners is he's actually been in the service. He is out of the Navy now, and he is, basically he's an industrial designer by trade. His wife is a graphic designer, and so they started working on this. He and his, I think it's his cousin, are actually owners, and they're just, like I said, 33 or 34 days in now, and they're excited that hopefully they're hoping, you know, he's still working a full-time job, and this is kind of like they're starting this on the side. So they're hoping that this at some point will kind of take off. So
that's a great idea. That's I want a gun safe, but at the same time, if thieves find it, you know, all the guns going to be in one place.
Right.
I might actually be able to salvage some if they come in the house. If the 110-pound German Shepherd doesn't have them as a buffet snack.
There you go.
It's. Let me go back to that. That for those of us out there that want to hide some guns, the website is called TacticalWalls.com. Is that right?
Right, that is correct.
I mean, it doesn't have to, and you can, like, the way they show it on their website, you can cut a hole out in your closet and it's covered up by clothes. You don't even have to have something covering it, like a mirror or a picture. There, you can hide them, like, literally in plain sight. And oh, wouldn't that be fun? You know, be broken into, and they think I'm being vain, looking at myself in the mirror, and all of a sudden I just slide it to the side, and I'm like, "Hey, looky what I found!
Look what I've got!
Look at this! No,
Well,
this is real. Yes, it's real. Yes.
Well, that's the thing that I was thinking about. Is it all depends really on your home situation. If you're just a guy in living in a house by yourself and you don't have to worry about kids getting your stuff, you might already have your AR sitting up against your bed in your bedroom. You know what I mean? Who knows where you keep them? If you don't really have to worry about that stuff, so you could just throw it in the back of your closet, pull your hanging clothes in front of it, and nobody would ever know it's there.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just funny. Like, I love their actual picture they have on there. It says it's like, here's your installation instructions. It says choose wall, cut hole in wall, make wall awesome, and then hide awesomeness. It was like perfect. That's exactly how you do it. And pretty soon they're going to make packages. He said that people have been asking him left and right, can I buy the mirror with the wall insert? Can I buy something to cover up the smaller one? And he's like, I don't stock that stuff. I just make these inserts. But he's going to start making actual packages where you can buy the covering for it too. A lot of people were saying like they could see it, putting hinges on something that you could, maybe with like a, how they have those magnetic spring-loaded things where you can pop a door, like a mirror open. You can just press on the picture or whatever you have there, and it swings open, and then you got your stuff right there. So there's a lot of cool ideas. I'm sure they're going to make actually locking mechanisms for it too, if you do want to be able to lock it up. It won't be as secure as an actual safe, but it'll still be, safe enough you wouldn't have kids being able to get into it. So
I would want to design one of those things where my mirror slid up if I hit the wall or something.
Yeah, like James Bond. You pull out a drawer and the mirror goes up.
I saw something like that. Have you ever seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yes. I'm not sure if I remember which part you're talking about. I know I saw the movie, though.
Well, this is the part where Angelina Jolie's decided she's going to kill Brad Pitt, and he makes it back into the house and hits something, and he's got this sort of Art Deco picture, and it slides up, and he pulls out a big 1911 and goes at, Game on.
I always remember there was also in the movie Punisher where he hits some drawer and this gun comes flinging out and ready to right for his hand. So it's pretty cool.
That's the one where the guy bends it all up with a dumbbell, right? The big dude.
Right, exactly. Hey, see, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I do.